Well, hi everybody, it's Mike Woods, Property Expert Partnership here, and welcome back to this latest refurbishment project. Those of you who saw the earlier videos would recognise and remember that I decided on this project, rather than sub everything out or give the keys to my main contractor, which I have done in the past, to do everything, because we're under these COVID situation, I thought, you know what, let's just see how we get on and do a bit myself. I'm not a tradesman, but what I just thought I'd do is just give it a go. You know I've got an architectural background, so I have construction knowledge, so I just thought I'd give it a go. So what I decided to do is get a labourer in here to strip out, and once we stripped everything out, we then looked at the existing walls, and we thought, right, okay, so rather than get a specialist into dot and dab, we just thought, well, let's get some battens and boards in and get the drills out, and we started battening and boarding, kept it all dry. So me and a labourer just pushed on and battened and boarded the whole property. So those walls that didn't need batten and boarding, we blue gritted, as you can see here, and this blue grit provides a key for a plaster skim. So these walls were not good enough to be painted, but certainly good enough to be skimmed over and solid enough. So we decided that we were going to do that. So into this room, those of you who saw the earlier videos would know we had two rooms with a doorway here on the left into this room. If I take you over here, so there was a wall here. We've knocked this through by putting an RSJ, left two nibs, and then we've battened and boarded this room. So here's the wall that's not been skimmed yet. It's just been battened and boarded, of course. And then we're ready to skim that wall. So the plasterer hasn't skimmed that, and they work in sets. So when he does that, he'll then do this surround here and do those nibs. So I think it's a bit fiddly for them. So I think this is the way they think. They get the big areas done as soon as possible. Here's the thing, on this job, I've subcontracted everything out. So I'm a little bit behind where I'd like to have been. If I'd have gone to a main contractor, and if I was able to find one under COVID that would work and get a team in, I would have probably been a bit further down the line than where I am now. But because I've done the boarding myself with a labourer, I've got another guy in to do some other bits. I've had my electrician at the first fix. You can see actually on the ceilings here that he's got his downlighters in. I got the plasterer in, and he's sort of come and gone and done a couple of walls and then come back. So I'm a little bit behind from where I'd like to be, but hey, that's just the way it is. Now today, I came in and I thought, here's the thing, I bought a paint sprayer. I was looking online and I saw how these are so easy to use, and a decorator to decorate this in my area would have been a couple of grand. So I thought I'll give it a go myself. So I bought this spray gun, and this was pink this morning. And whenever you've got pink plaster, we need to put a sort of base coat on, which is a watered down emulsion, about 50-50. So I had 10 litres of paint here, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go this morning. So I have. So in under an hour, I painted this room. It's only the base coat, so you can see it's a bit patchy, but it's just the base coat. That's just the first watered down coat. But literally, as quick as you move your hand and up and down the walls, that's as quick as you spray. It is incredibly quick. So I'm gonna really work on the next one. So here's my first coat. You can see it's a bit patchy, but as I say, it's a base coat. And the idea is just to seal the skim. So to take you inside, those of you who saw the earlier video, we had like a sort of parlour lounge room here, and then a kitchen. So we've turned that around, and we're going to put the kitchen here with the oven and hob this side and the sink and dishwasher on this side. And then we're going to make that into a dining room, and we're going to knock through that window at the bottom, and we're going to put a French doors out onto the garden. So we've got a fantastic long room now. And when you look at the sales literature and kitchen diner, so this kitchen diner is just short of 8 meters, so that's 24 foot in old money, so by 12 foot, so it's a huge space. So very up to date and modern and what we all want to see really. So we're going to have new windows and doors. I'm just waiting for those to come in. If I take you upstairs, if you did see the previous video, you'll have known that this is a 4-bedroom house. And, excuse me, if I take you to bedroom number 4 first then, so this is the space immediately above that parlour room, which is the kitchen now. And there was an extension there, which is where the kitchen was, which is now going to be a dining room, and that was the main bathroom. So if I take you along here to that main room, you can see it's sizable. Again, the walls weren't great for painting, so we've blue gritted, ready for skimming, and this will be like a brand new surface when we finish. So a great space, and as I mentioned before, the reason why this has to be a bedroom is because of this fantastic view here. So it just seems such a shame, doesn't it? You've got frosted glass here and that awesome view. So that had to be really. Okay, so one of the jobs I had to do last week was to build this airing cupboard here, because this is where the boiler was and is staying. And I haven't got a problem putting the boiler in a cupboard in this bedroom. I haven't got a problem with that. It's a combination condensing boiler, and I don't have an issue with it. I know some people say, oh, why do you put it in the kitchen? I just don't want it down there. So this room was the bedroom above that parlour. The corridor takes you to the bathroom as was. Huge room, too big for a bathroom. So I've split it, put a partition here, and I've then knocked through from the room the other side. So if I take you onto the landing, you notice I've left some of these spindles here. I'm going to put glass panels in here, and I've left the spindles just to give us some support in the meantime. Into the master bedroom. I'm not sure that's politically correct these days, but the main bedroom, bedroom 1, whatever you want to call it. I've punched through that doorway there, and I've created this ensuite in here. So I'm going to have a shower tray. I've built a nib here to take my vanity unit and back to wall toilet. The wastes are going to go outside there. And if you can see, that's the old bedroom window, which is now going to be the bathroom window, and the wastes are going to go out the side and drop down the outside. So a perfect position for us. Into the main, or the old front bedroom, excuse me. Nothing done in here other than batten and boarding. Again, I did the battening and boarding here. It took me 1 day to batten and board this room. Now, there might be some tradesmen out there and say that's slow. Well, I'm not a tradesman, and I did it myself, and I'm quite proud of it. But hey, you know, at the end of the day, it's a day's work that I haven't had to spend out. Some people talk about leveraging your time and money, and I do get that. And I'm big on that as well. But at the moment, I don't have a lot else to do. Under COVID, my property rental portfolio is running smoothly. So I just thought, well, you know, if you're not capable of lining up a batten, drilling it into a wall, and then fixing a plasterboard and screwing more screws into a plasterboard, you know, it's not rocket science. It really isn't. This small bedroom here, it was already skimmed. This wall was skimmed. So all I had to do was batten and board that wall there. I've just trimmed around the outside of the windows so that when we change the windows, we can change the windows without affecting the walls. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this latest video. Keep in touch, and hope you watch the other ones and you find them also informative. And thank you for those who've responded, commented on the videos that I've created. At the end of the day, if you feedback and comment on the videos that I'm providing, and with any questions, then I know that I'm providing value and learning for everybody. You know, those who don't know me, I've been in the construction industry since the 80s. I started investing in property in the late 90s. I was fortunate enough to enjoy the ride of the property boom pre-2005. And personally, the crash of 2007 didn't affect me because I was well geared and now here we are 20 years later. I'm so pleased to have a property portfolio, and also because of that experience I can share that genuine 30 years of experience with you. No BS, no get rich quick, and no all this financially free rubbish. Property is hard work, and when you get it right it can be very rewarding. But if anybody tells you can make a lot of money quickly in property, they are lying to you and they're trying to scam you. It's not easy. So please look out for the truthful, honourable people in this industry who can help you. So I hope you find that interesting and helpful, and see you again next time. Bye bye. Mike Woods out. Bye bye.